I think we should be a bit professional tonight. Oh.
Well, it's already in the intro. Amanda wants us to be professional. We're going to try.
I said a bit professional.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the HIGHBURY SQUAD with myself, Sophie Nicolaou. I've got my girl, Princess Guna. Amanda, say good evening, good morning from wherever you are in the world.
Good evening. It is 10 to 8 in the UK at night, and it's the same for Kevin, funny enough.
Super Kevin Campbell joining us. Get in there, KC.
Yeah.
And we have a very special guest today. I've been admiring his grilling skills for a little while now. I mean, the dude knows how to make a tri-tip and a Philly cheesesteak. Let's just say that. He's also one of the stars of the TV show Total Bellas, which you can watch here in the United States and also in the UK. I would like to welcome. Yes, you can, Amanda. You'll have to start watching it. And it gives me pleasure to welcome Mr. JJ Garcia to the HIGHBURY SQUAD this evening.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. To be around fellow Gooners is always a good thing.
What season is that shirt, you guys?
This is at least 5 years old. So
is that
because
the
it's
FA
Nike.
Cup, 2015 FA Cup? Was that our FA Cup shirt?
14, 13. I don't know.
This is my first Arsenal jersey that, like, as an adult, if that makes sense. I actually can still wear it, obviously.
Okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty here. Let's get to the nitty-gritty here, JJ, because do you have a player on the back of that?
No players.
Okay, no player.
I do have an ABBA jersey, which I'm hearing might not be, useful after summer, but I decided to go with this guy today.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, it's great to have you on the show. And Amanda and Super Kev are very in tune with I'm based here in LA. I told you. I've been living here for like 18 years. I love America. I love living here. I'm a transported Gooner fan that is out here now. These guys are very in tune with the Gooner Nation in the US. We've got a lot of great Gooner friends. We're friends with Arsenal America, the Gooner Girls, the Gooner Gra, which you and I are going to have to go to in February, by the way, JJ, now.
I'm in. I'm 100%
right,
in.
You're all in. So take us to the very beginning. How does a boy from Arizona, I think you were born in Arizona, right?
Yeah, born raised.
How do you tell us your journey. How did it start?
It's actually pretty interesting because, I was a big soccer player. I know football for you guys, but sorry to say soccer. Grew up playing my whole life, and I played baseball, and came to crossroads. I had to choose, and I chose baseball because at the time there was just more money, made more sense if you want to go pro. I was young. Well, all my best friends continued playing, and they ended up switching clubs, and their coach was a fellow named Paul Mariner, which I'm sure you all know.
Yeah.
So he taught youth soccer here in Phoenix, and all my friends that was their coach. So Paul instantly made them watch Arsenal tape, and just is all Arsenal. So at that point, we were young. I was probably like 6th grade. We just turned Arsenal, and that was it. We all decided that all we were going to support is Arsenal. It's hard for us. We didn't really get to watch games. It wasn't over here quite yet. I'm 34 now, so 5th grade. You imagine, quite a while ago, but. So that's what Paul made us Arsenal fans, and now there's a huge group of us here. It's all because of Paul Mariner.
Oh, that's a good story.
We love it.
We love Paul Mariner. Yeah, we do. Proper Gooner.
He had some great thighs as well, didn't he, Mariner? He was built like strong.
Solid.
Yeah.
There
were a few ex-players that came over here, JJ, to coach and train. I know, Warren Barton, who's a really good friend of the show, Adrian Heath, who's now the manager in Minnesota, a lot of great coaches that came over. So you're an American kid, and it's true. Like, it gets to a certain point where your mum or your dad want you to go into football because it's more lucrative, and soccer back then, it's true. When I first moved here, there was one game on Fox Soccer Channel on a Saturday, whereas now we have so much choice. So you meet Paul Mariner. He has a huge influence on you. You become an Arsenal fan. What happens next? Are you playing? Do you want to be a player? What's your journey between then and maybe becoming a little bit older where you can perhaps watch Arsenal, go to London or whatever? What happened in that next phase?
So that phase, well, for me, I was still playing baseball, but everyone, kept playing soccer, which actually was really sad for me. It was my passion. But as you said, the lucrative. They're making, I think, $5,000 a year in MLS, and my parents like absolutely not, like no way. With baseball, obviously, there's a lot of money, but beyond that, we all have the passion for soccer, so we always follow the scores, and so that's what it was until we could get it on TV. You have to realize we had to tell our parents, "Hey, spend extra money for these one games." You said, and it's like, no, we're not going to do that. No, sorry. So we literally just have to look up the scores, or I'll tell all friends, like the soccer players, and they let us know. But we just have this passion because, as you guys know, in the game, there's so much passion in this game, and it really goes. It flows up to the fans as well. There's just so much passion.
So who was the first player you fell in love with? Your first Arsenal like memory game or player that you just were like, oh my God, this is my God.
I mean, everyone knows it is the king, is Henry, but he was amazing. I mean, you knew if he was on the pitch, you had a great chance to win. Yeah. And how he played the game and how he looked at the game, was just different. There's a lot of passionate players, but it's just a different level. Is that Michael Jordan-esque? How they sort of took over a game. So it's definitely Henry. He's not my all-time favorite, but because my all-time favorite wasn't even playing yet. He's like 10 years old, but he just had a huge impact, like to really love. I mean, you had the Invincibles, the three Invincibles, all that going on. I'm in high school, so you're falling more and more in love. Like, wow, this is a top club in the world. It's not like some little club. It is amazing. It is really cool.
Top 10 club. Yeah.
Easy. Oh yeah.
So if Henry's not your all-time favorite, who is your? I'm going to take a guess. Casey and Amanda, let's take a guess. His all-time favorite Gooner. I'm going to go with Dennis.
It's not Dennis.
What era? If you give us the decade, then we might be able to guess.
Like all-time.
Between 2010 and 2020.
10 and 12.
10 and 20.
No, 10 and 20. So that's
10 and 20. Brazil.
No, maybe it's Sanchez, but he was there too. No, it's got to be 20.
Is he still there? Is he still at Arsenal?
He's not. I wish he was, but he's not.
Oh, KC, striker. You know who it is.
Van Persie. No.
Oh, no.
He hates him, right? You don't like Van Persie. You see, I know that. Do you know
and
what?
Then he celebrated in front of her.
Wait, Casey's got this one back in the net.
No, I don't. Do you know what?
Between 2010 and 2020, and he's not
I
there
think
anymore.
JJ should sing his song.
I don't know his song. That's okay, because we're not good singers. See, you guys have one of the great accents for singing. We don't.
Did he play in midfield?
Yeah,
he did.
Ramsey.
Santi.
No.
It's not. It's not.
Santi.
Is it Santi?
No, it's Jack Wilshere.
Okay.
Jeez, I wouldn't have. Do you know what? I was thinking of it, but I wouldn't have said it. I thought it, but I thought no, it wouldn't be. Yeah. So you got me, JJ. You got me.
I mean, he's a gunner. He's a gunner through and through. Whether he's playing or not, before he was a player, he is that kid wore this badge of pride more than anyone on our team. And I will say, we had a lot of guys who wore that badge of pride, but no more than Jack Wilshere. And he's obviously played with injuries, but man, how he just loved the club. I mean, loved everything about it, and that passion I just loved. So that's why he was always like my favorite.
You know what, guys? Jack is the player, like Diaby, right? Jack is the player that could have been. I mean, he had everything. He had
apart from injuries, yeah.
Exactly. If his injuries just would have given him a little bit of respite, Jack was a very special player. And a lot of Arsenal fans, still to this day, whether he's gone to West Ham or wherever, he does endear us to him. And I think it's because of the moment where he stood up when we won the FA Cup.
One of my favorite.
JJ, I like you, man. I like you. I like you.
I'm disappointed, JJ, that you didn't sing Super Jackie Wilshere. That's what I'm disappointed about.
Super Jack, let's go.
I believe he got fined for that, which I don't get because that's not a FIFA event. But I hope they cover. I'm sure he's able to cover his.
I think Arsenal fans would have chipped in to pay that fine for him because that was just a sublime moment.
That was brilliant.
So tell us, did you ever get to go to Highbury? I think you've been to the Emirates. I've seen some pictures of you with your mates and stuff. Talk us through like going to London and if you've been to the old church and the new establishment.
I never got to go to Highbury, which is sad. So when I went to Emirates, that's my first time in London. Obviously with my wife, this is before we're going to have kids, so it's sort of like our Europe trip before starting a family. And I said the one thing I had to do is catch an Arsenal game. Well, we already planned our trip. Obviously, we have to, you do it like almost a year in advance. Happened to be international weekend when I was in London.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm like, I have to go. So we did the VIP tour. And it was all. I mean, that stadium is beautiful. I mean, that is a beautiful, beautiful. I get why players want to play for Arsenal just to be in that stadium. So, but it wasn't made like the atmosphere. I did go to a PSG game because we ended up going to Paris after, and I will say that European sports embarrass American sports fan wise. They were standing, singing, going crazy the whole time. I'm like, the atmosphere in a soccer stadium or football stadium is phenomenal. I go, I'm embarrassed by our sports back. It's nothing like this. So baseball, you can talk to the person 10 rows away because it's so quiet.
I know, like you're chewing on your second hot dog. But don't you think like ice hockey similar? The closest thing's ice hockey, I think, to like football here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also because I guess you do have less fans, right? Mm-hmm. It's a smaller stadium. It's more condensed and. Those fans are wild. I mean, those are the football fans of Europe are hockey fans of America.
Hold on, but isn't basketball like that? Because when I watched The Last Dance, the basketball it was so loud. Is that because it's indoor?
Playoffs. I think playoffs are a different kettle of fish.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's also,
I know everything about basketball now.
But also,
and the 90s. The
90s. Yeah. A lot of there's big rivalries. They didn't like each other. You knew the players didn't like each other, so it's fun. You got into it. They're all best friends now, and they don't really care. They got big paychecks.
It's a bit like football now, isn't it? Changing tops in the tunnel and kissing each other. It's crazy.
Rubbish.
Making out in the tunnel and all that rubbish and stuff.
Yeah, it's
like
it's no beer and Keen, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, I miss all the pizzas being thrown and things like that.
Pizzagate, the battle of the buffet. That's why
the waste of pizza, but it was good.
That's why I love The Last Dance so much, is because it reminded me of the Vieira Keane time, the true rivalry between United and Arsenal in that time and stuff like that. And so JJ, you've got your family aren't into football at all, right?
My sisters are big soccer players. They didn't, but they don't follow. They never really got into watching. No, they don't really watch.
Did they play AYSO when they were growing up and stuff like that, or? So
Nicole was a top recruit. Nicole was a recruit for the U.S. national team.
No way.
Yeah,
wow.
She's a sweeper, but unfortunately, her last high school game, she broke her shin in half, which ended her. Literally, it's like a game that didn't mean anything, unfortunately. And but she was a top tier player. She had a 4 at ASU, U.S. Women's National Team. I know she's on their radar. She was a phenomenal athlete. Brown is very well. She didn't have the passion Nicole had for it.
Right.
She's a midfielder, but like Nicole was a bully in the back. She just dropped girls, and so it's cool that we have that. But they never watched it, so I'm the only one that's very, very passionate. My mom will wake up with me. Should I skip early? So like sometimes I'm like, hey, you want to come over at 4:30 in the morning and watch a game? So, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
and you
I'm the one with the passion.
So you're the one with the passion, and we've seen like the most adorable pictures of your little one wearing the jersey with the captain's armband.
Yeah.
Oh,
round of applause! I'll give you a round of applause for that, JJ. Great photo. Great photo.
They will be gooners. There's no choice in that household. They need to know greatness. So they'll never wear a cock on their shirt. That's for sure.
No.
So as a US fan, I think one of the things that we talk about a lot, and as I said, like the Arsenal America crew, they get it and stuff. Like you totally get the Tottenham rivalry, and you understand the hatred for Tottenham. Talk us through a little bit about, like, from your perspective as a US fan, boy from Arizona, but you get the North London derby and what that means.
Yeah, literally, it's like the most nerve-wracking game. Not, I mean, United, any of those, I don't care. When we're playing Tottenham, it's actually not even that fun to watch for me because I'm so nervous. Like we have to win this game. That's it. There's no. That's the only outcome that's allowed to happen right now. Because I do know some top shit fans here, and all they will. I just know it's going to come. Whatever. I give it to them hard. I'm big. I like talk crap, but I never really like here you have rivals. Like I don't like the Dodgers, and you might like them, but I don't like the Dodgers.
No, I don't. I'm an Angels fan, so yeah.
Angel, okay, awesome. But it's like we lose. So I'm like, all right, we lose to Tottenham. My day's ruined. My wife absolutely does not understand it, but I'm like, no, you don't get it. I'm like, we just lost to Tottenham. Like this can't happen, And it's weird. It's hard to explain, right? Because it comes out of your body. It's just. I'm getting all amped right now.
JJ, we all feel the same. We all feel the same. If we lose to them, our day's ruined. Actually, our week's ruined most of the time.
Well, yeah, but I think if you get it, you just get it. And some people just go, why are you so bothered? And you're like, bothered? We've just lost to Tottenham. And it's like, don't talk to me. I don't want to speak about football. But if you don't get it, it's not a big deal to anyone else. You either get it or you don't.
It's that's as I said, I get literally like nervous when the game's about to start. I'm just like.
Have you ever had the chance to see the Arsenal when they've come over to the US? Have you been?
I did. I watched them play Chivas Mexico. They're in LA. I think we beat them like 5-1. I remember we had Ox put a couple in. We had Santi then. It was a fun squad to watch actually. So Ozil was there. He didn't play that game, but he showed up way there one. So. Jack played. So, I got to watch them, which is great. Any chance they're here, I'll always go. And I will be going overseas. I do have a good friend I talk to every day, my buddy Alex Cannon, who's a big Arsenal fan. So he's like, dude, get over here. We're going to a game. So.
Well, look, when you last went to poor JJ, he goes to London to watch the Gunners and it's international week. That's happened to me. I have to say.
You need to plan it.
Oh, my God. It's the worst,
you need to plan it better.
The worst thing that can happen in the world,
It really is. It's like the one thing I want to see was just them play at the Emirates. I didn't care who they're playing.
One thing we know, it won't happen again.
Oh, no, it will not.
That's right. It won't happen again.
It won't happen again. And now when you go, you've got new mates. You got PG over here who'll take care of you with the Gooner Nation. If Super Kev's in town, you will hang out with Super Kev and have a pint as well.
I love that.
So you'll do it right. Well, they'll take you to the Tollington pub. They'll take you for a bit of a
12 pins.
The 12 pins.
Meet all the boys, sing all the songs.
Don't worry, it's so classy. We'll take you around to all the class joints.
Super classy, JJ.
Yeah. Pubs are the best.
Yeah.
So that's
totally the best.
I do love that over there in London.
Do you know what I find fascinating? I've got so many American Gooners that are friends of mine that come over once or twice a year and actually go to more matches than me. They literally every 3 or 4 days would be going to a match, home or away. Kev knows who, and Sophie's met them. And hundreds and hundreds of Gooner girls as well that Sophie and I are in a group with. I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that we're global because I've been going to Arsenal since I was 4. So for me, it's part of my life. But my cousin, who was a massive Gooner, emigrated to Australia. He has to get up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning and watch matches. So he became friendly with a lot of Gooners over there, but he's an English Gooner, like Sophie is in LA. Yeah. And it's so global that on my Twitter, I talk to everyone in every country virtually. Africa, it's massive. And I love that. And I think social media has done that, has made you accessible to us. We would never have spoken. You would never have met Sophie. And I think it's fantastic that Arsenal are so global.
Amanda, that's a great point. So JJ, how many Gooners have reached out to you, or do they know you're a Gooner? From the UK.
I actually get quite a bit. It's pretty fun. They're like, it's either I get, hey, I give you follow only because you are a Gooner, or I get, I'm unfollowing you because you're a Gooner.
Wait till you're a female Gooner.
So actually I get quite a few, which I love, and I'll usually follow them back, and I try to interact. I interact with a lot of the Gooners. try to interact too much with people on there because it can get overwhelming. But with the games, I hop in those conversations like that, and I need to talk. And I don't know. You get to tell me this. Sure, this is, I think, and this is from my friends who are from London, Manchester, but I feel like Americans are a little more optimistic every season. So my buddies are like, nope, we're gonna be trash, and we lucky we get fourth. I'm like, dude, we got it this year. I'm like, this is our year every year. It's like, he always was like, how can you be so optimistic about that? I'm like, it's our team. I'm like, come on, baby. We gotta we're not rooting for me at first.
It's Arsenal, man. It's Arsenal.
It's funny. KC and I were talking about that this morning. I said, I think Wenger did that to us because Wenger had this attitude of his philosophy, his belief, what he did as manager. Every season, that dude believed we could win it. He did. Yeah. He genuinely did with his style and everything. And that translated to us. So, there's hope is not a plan, but it's also, there's nothing worse than hope, especially for Arsenal fans over the last few years. But we've talked a lot about 89 because the anniversary was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And for you coming in as a new fan, and you're 34, so obviously you were 3 when 89 happened. Yeah. Amanda was there, KC was there as a young player, right, in the stands. Amanda was there as a fan with her dad. I was at home watching because my dad wouldn't let me go. So what's your memory now as a US fan of that landmark event for Arsenal, and how much does that mean to you? What do you know about it? Or is it more the Invincibles for you than 89? It's
more the Invincibles for me. Over kids, again, the first I was too young, but then the knowledge sort of started coming a little later in life for me with Arsenal. Even when they started following Arsenal, it's hard to get the stats. It's hard to get stuff for us over here. And we didn't get to watch the game. So it was all looking up stats. We didn't want until we got to high school, really. That's when the Invincibles happened, right? That was 03, my junior year in high school. Yeah. So that was more the landmark. That's when this stuff really started, really melting in my brain, the stats and who did what and who's who. I know some of the greats from the past, but those are more, it's the Henri, the Vieiras are more the greats from the past, unfortunately for me. And I think just being obviously here in America is just, I research stuff, but again, living it's different than just researching and reading about it.
Yeah.
I think, JJ, I'm going to recommend you a film to watch. It's called Fever Pitch. You have to watch Fever Pitch.
Not the one with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore, mate.
Okay,
No. Fever Pitch with Colin Firth and Ruth Gemmell. It's very English. It is spot on, and it's written by Nick Hornby, who is a mad, passionate Arsenal fan. So the film is, I watch it every year on May the 26th. It's my new thing now. So the last 10 years I've done this.
I'm literally going to write that down right now.
I love it. JJ's making notes.
Yeah, honestly, you will laugh. And anyone that doesn't get football, you should watch it with them because then they might get it. And honestly, last night I was laughing even though I knew it was coming because there is one little scene where we've lost. And the girlfriend doesn't get it at all. She thinks it's all mental. And she comes in the door and he said, what do you want? and he's like, sorry. And he's like, we've lost. Yeah, anyway. And the way it was, because it's written by a guy who is an Arsenal season ticket, who is not just a director, I could have written it exactly the same. There isn't one part of this film I disagree with. Do you know what I mean, Kev?
I know exactly what you mean.
It's so spot on. The bit where he's waiting for the fixtures to come out and he says, can't go on holiday. Well, what do you mean can't go on holiday? No, the fixtures are not out yet. That is my dad. Yeah. My dad did that every year of our lives. We weren't allowed to go anywhere until the fixtures were out. But you will really enjoy that film. But 89, the film as well. Watch 89, the film as well. That documentary is something that every Arsenal fan should watch if they are your age.
I'm going to send it to JJ so he can.
Because you were 3 years old when that happened. So I understand why you're not.
Amanda, let me just tell JJ this. Today on Twitter, a young lad in his late 20s. I sent him the link. I'll just send the link out about 89 and all that kind of thing. It don't matter. Watch it again anyway. Finally, he bucked up the courage to watch the video of the highlights of '89. He said to me, he tweeted me back and he said, now I get it. He says, I never got it before. He said, I've watched it. He said,
See?
I was in tears. He said, I was in tears as a Gooner watching it and how much it meant and what the team done. So I say that to you. I'm not saying you're going to cry, JJ. I'm not saying you're going to cry. But you know what? That was the foundation for Arsene Wenger and the Invincibles and stuff. That team were the foundation, mate. I tell you. So
and I'm definitely going to
check it out. Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You know, the best way. Amanda just froze for a minute. She'll come back. But JJ, do you remember that World Series where the Red Sox were down 3-1 to the Yankees?
Yep.
Right. Everyone said they were finished. They were done. Never been done before. Right. And it was at the time. It was. I'm not saying David versus Goliath, but the Red Sox hadn't won in how long? It was before their
1918 or something.
Yeah, huge, like the Cubs and stuff.
Like Cleveland behind to Golden State, 3-1 down. Yeah.
Same thing. No chance, right? And that changed LeBron's legacy forever.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. And so a little bit, 89 is the same. You've got Liverpool in the 80s. They're so strong. They're dominant. They're winning European Cups. And we have to go to Anfield and win by 2 goals. Clear 2 goals.
Yeah.
You know? And at the time, Kev was a young player. He didn't get to play that game, but he was in the stands watching, you know, the likes of
19-year-old.
19-year-old. Sitting behind the goal at Anfield with the Arsenal away fans, right, Casey?
That's right. We were, yep.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
Awesome.
And then you know, he goes on to have, you know, an amazing career for Arsenal, and also you know, he's also the last Everton player to ever score a goal at Anfield in a Merseyside derby. They've never won since. No one's ever scored at Anfield since to win that game, right, Casey?
No, that's right.
No one.
21 years now.
21 years. So that 89 is our Red Sox, Yankees, Cleveland series, you know. And then going to
I'm excited to learn about that.
Yeah. I'll send you the links and stuff after, and you'll watch it and stuff. But the Invincibles was as amazing and as insane and incredible. And for you to witness that as a fan also here, you say you loved Henri and stuff, but what was it? What's your fondest memory of that time and being a fan and what that evokes for you, especially kind of being a kid out here, you know, American kid who's growing up, who loves the game and still the game at that time in 2004, we're only getting 1 or 2 matches a day, really, a weekend.
Yeah. Well, so especially that era, as we talked, sort of like the 90s was our rival era here in the United States, right? So basketball's phenomenal to watch, and I'm a Suns fan, so Suns are awesome. They're physical. Everyone beat each other up. And then it sort of fizzled out in about 2000, 2001, that all fizzled out. And watching the Invincibles, that was, you know, that's a tough era. There wasn't diving, and you're getting stuck, and what you did is you stuck the guy back. So to see that again, it sort of brought that back, like this is, you had Vera who just was afraid of no one. And as I said, you had Keane who, when they were playing each other, like, okay, here we go. I mean, you're like, this is Mike Tyson versus Holyfield.
Yeah.
You know, that like, you knew something was coming and you loved it. There's I'll use passionate, but it's like, man, they played for the badge. That squad played for the badge. They really did. And you know, unfortunately, it's hard to say that about a lot of teams now, right? Yeah. A lot of these players. You know, it's more for the wallet than the badge, but man, actually, I'll tell you, exactly what it did. That team in that era made me so sad I chose baseball over soccer. Because I knew I should have been playing that sport the rest of my life. And I literally still play men's league. I'm 34. My wife hates it because I usually have to get surgery once a year, probably just because I play so physical. But you know, I was good at soccer. I was really good at it. It's just unfortunate, it's, you know, eras and where I live. So, but that's it. God, I loved watching that. It brought back like what sports meant for a fan. because we're starting to lose it here in the States. Like, it's pretty much gone now. I don't watch the NBA anymore. I don't really watch baseball. I barely watch. I watch hockey, and I watch the Phoenix Rising and MLS. But all I mainly watch is EPL.
Yeah, I can see, and your sons, like in the D'Antoni years, especially, they were so good. They should have won a championship, really.
Oh God, yeah, they really
so
should
hard.
have.
We've watched Arsenal kind of miss and lose on a lot of things too. We have 6 or 7 minutes here left. We're talking to JJ Garcia, who's a US soccer fan based in Arizona. Also, you can see him on the TV show Total Bellas. He's also a grilling master, you guys. You're going to have to start following him on Instagram. If you want to know how to make a mean Philly cheesesteak or some tri-tip, JJ's your man.
But JJ, let me know. I'll give you the recipes.
Tell us a little bit too, because we're all humans here and we've been living in an unprecedented time. You're a married man with 2 kids. You're a gooner living in the United States. How's lockdown been for you and your family?
It's been good. Unfortunately, I had started a business and it got shut down instantly because of it. So I was one of those casualties. But for that we pivoted. I started another company that's we're launching here soon, a digital coupon company called Felix. But honestly, I probably have some more gray hairs because I have a 3.5 and a 1.5-year-old. The 2 girls. So having them, 24/7 is tough. But luckily, I'm in Arizona. We didn't get hit hard like everyone else, so we got I'm not gonna lie, I was golfing. Golf courses were still here; they're considered essential. So I was golfing. I was lucky to have that, but we did really well. My wife works from home; she's a blogger, and I work from home. So it's
and that's what Lola likes, right? I wrote it down here. We'll give her a shout out. What Lola likes.
Absolutely. Yeah, great. She's a phenomenal blogger, entrepreneur. Literally, she kills the game. She's amazing mother. So I'm glad she's there because she's the most patient person in the world. Where I'm not as patient. So we have 3.5, 1.5-year-old tugging at you 24/7.
Oh God,
they're quite well. But honestly, to tell you the truth, though, it did bring us so much closer as a family. Through all this, I can say we're blessed in that way. We have learned how to figure things out instead of being able to just leave or do something like that. You got to sit there and we got to figure this out because we can't. Where are we going? Where are we going to go?
Yeah.
We can't go anywhere. So it really made us stronger in that way, which is great. And a lot more conversations with the family, which is awesome. Not that we don't have a lot, but it's just sort of like she wanted to learn more sort of about things I was into. And I want to learn some more things that she was into that we might not have because we're busy with our, our other lives of like work and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So
you're surrounded by some you're a strong guy and I love your personality. I've always found you very engaging, but you are surrounded by a lot of strong women in your life and you've embraced it. I mean, at times it can be challenging, but you've also embraced it as well. And I think that's a pretty cool thing, and you've got do you have 2 daughters or
2 daughters? Yeah,
2 daughters.
It's all women around.
Dude,
it's
my mom,
my sisters.
Wow.
My mom, my sister's wife, and 2 daughters.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, JJ. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Girl dad.
That's a lot of female. God.
A lot of female.
A lot of female.
We need to get JJ a male dog, I think.
No, but that's why the golf course is essential.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
it's very essential.
Boom.
There you go. It is very essential. Those are, make sure they're very long rounds.
JJ, we'll get you out on this one. And again, thanks so much for joining us today. We were having a lot of fun talking to you. And we could do this again down the line when the football actually starts and stuff. But before we leave, tell us your thoughts on Arteta. He's the new man going forward. You've seen Wenger. You've seen Unai. You've seen the team that we have. You're seeing Arteta. What are your thoughts?
I think we found our next Arsene, but better. So this man, because what I heard from, I obviously read up on what people talk about him, and every single person that played with him said he was basically a manager as a player. How he would push people, his focus. He always wanted to learn. He's always teaching, even as a player. So he had to play under Arsene. He actually learned under Pat. He's had some really good mentors in this time, and I think he knows how to channel those into becoming a great coach. You could tell he is, and now I'm not a Jose Mourinho fan, but the one thing he did do, he would get the best out of his players, whoever's on the pitch. And I think that's what Arteta is going to be doing. You have to get the best out of your players. I don't care if you're 17 out of the academy or your Ozil, you could see Ozil's energy's different when he plays for Arteta.
Yeah.
You know, over Unai. You could tell because I'll tell you right now, you play, you walk around, you at halftime, you're gonna get ripped. And I love that. And that's what needs to happen. You know, you're playing for everyone in the crowd, you know, you're playing for this badge, and a lot of people follow this badge. So so I think he's literally gonna be here for the next 20 years. And I think we're definitely gonna be lifting a lot of trophies in his time.
I like that. That's a good analysis from JJ on.
I think he's changed not only the players, but he's changed the fans around as well. He's won them round. Just
Absolutely.
before we had lockdown, we played. Was it West Ham? I think I can't remember if it was West Ham. I've lost touch with all football anyway since this bloody lockdown. And we were just starting to improve. It was such a shame it's come at the wrong time for us, because I do believe we would have had St Tottenham's Day, and I do believe that we probably would have got into Europe. I think you have to believe in your manager. That's it, full stop. If you don't have that belief, it's not going to work, as Kev knows. But I'm looking forward to.
It's not too late. If once Premier League resumes, KC, Amanda, JJ, we can still get into Europe.
That's right.
We can.
Yes. And we can still beat Tottenham.
Yes, we can. And we will.
Behind closed doors, though. Wow.
I don't care.
A North London derby behind closed doors. How about that?
There'll be more noise coming out of my house than there will be out of the stadium, I'll tell you.
I do love hearing, KC, I do love hearing what the players are saying, though, and what the coaches are saying. I almost preferred it before Bundesliga added the crowd noise a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Because I love hearing even though they're speaking in German, I just love it, you know. So I can't wait for the Premier League.
You need to unmute your phone. Unmute
yourself, JJ.
That's it.
We've been doing this for many years, and today the technology gods decided.
We are so professional, honestly. I mean, this will be your first and only time you'll ever want to come on our pod, I'm telling you.
No way. I love it.
Listen, after we sprinkle a little bit of stardust on it, JJ, it'll look like it's all one. Don't worry.
It will. Editing.
Guys. I love it.
Listen, your barber, can he do a little bit with ours?
Oh my God, we're not allowed barbers or hairdressers. I'm desperate. Oh my God, look at my rat.
Hey, he's the best in Arizona. So if you ever need anyone, if you're in AZ, you got to hit the Manor Barbershop. I'm telling you, the best.
Nice.
Arizona.
I've been this close. I've been this close to going Demi Moore in G.I. Jane. You guys.
Wow.
Why are you saying Demi when it's Demi and you're English? I don't get it.
It's Demi, and that's how she likes to.
Please tell me you don't say semi. Please tell me you don't say semi.
I say semi. I still say
yeah. Semi-final.
I still say schedule.
Well, what is it?
Well, they say schedule here.
Schedule.
Yeah,
schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule.
We say schedule. What are you talking about?
No, we say schedule.
Schedule.
The schedule for me in Brixton is schedule, mate.
Potato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah, so it's Demi Moore and semi-final, not Demi or whatever you call it. Semi.
Go ask Demi Moore. Right? This is a whole Seinfeld episode.
I've just had an argument with my son about dynasty, because we say dynasty over here and you say dynasty.
Yeah.
Dynasty.
A dynasty, yeah.
It's a dynasty. Yeah, a dynasty. Well, look, it's been great.
Moving on.
It's been great to have you on, JJ. Honestly, it's lovely to meet you.
We couldn't leave it like that, could we?
No, we couldn't leave it like that. You're very good guest, my friend.
I appreciate it, and thank you for having me on. And honestly, I mean, let's go Gunners. Come on.
Let's go.
Go Gunners.
I love it.
Go Gunners.
JJ, tell everyone where they can find you so they can follow you.
Yes, where can we find you, JJ? Because I'm coming to tweet you later.
Yeah, it's at the Vacation JJ. It's same handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Fantastic.
And TikTok. I don't do much on that. But
no, don't do TikTok.
And also, if you guys do want to learn some good recipe stuff like that, I cook. I throw them out. It's good stuff.
I'm telling you, it's no joke, man. This barbecuing's legit. Hey, JJ, you need to know something. You inspired me to get my grill out again, all right? And I've been barbecuing like a machine. I'm going to start sending videos to you. Amanda, let me tell you, my marinated chicken is,
get your grill out.
If you need any tips, you let me know.
I will. I'm telling you right now, I will let you know. I'm even doing tomatoes and onions and mushrooms on there now. I don't even.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds good.
I need to
Love
buy a
that.
barbecue. What do you call it? Grill. We call it barbecues. I get confused.
Grilling, barbecuing. It's all good.
Barbecue, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all cooking. It's all
It's
cooking.
all cooking. It's all. And
Who
listen,
cares what you call it, right?
It's all
let's
cooking.
get Arsenal cooking. JJ, thank you so much. God bless you, your family. You stay safe. You stay healthy. We really appreciate your time. Can't wait to see your haircut. I'm sure you're going to do something on Instagram.
You're going to see it on Instagram for sure.
Oh, I'm going to follow you on Instagram. I want to see the hair.
Please
Turn
do.
round. We can see your hair.
Yeah, you see this? All right. And there's
It looks like it's been cut.
I keep it
Just
low.
go-
I go every
Flow
other week.
Hawk. Go
Oh.
Flow Hawk. Go Flow Hawk, maybe.
Flow
Hawk.
Hawk. Kev, why don't you go Flow Hawk?
Look at it, it's getting crazy.
Listen, don't you start about flow walk with me. This is this has just been cut yesterday, so leave me alone.
I might need to tell my barber to do the Kevin.
Yeah, do the Kevin, man. Do the Kevins.
My hair is just getting longer and longer since this bloody... Oh, look, there's my hybrid top.
Oh,
Getting
you're showing
longer.
the
Look at
hybrid
it.
top again. Oh, my
I
God.
know. I love my new top. Look.
Oh, I got my
I love
lanyard on today, by the way, guys. I got my Arsenal lanyard on today, my press.
it.
lanyard.
Nice
So,
one.
Yeah.
She thinks she's pressed, doesn't she? Look at her.
No, I'm just press. You know what I'm
Princess
saying?
press.
Yeah, you're right. Let's not mistake that. Well, listen, JJ, we could hang out with you all day long. You're
Yeah, we
super
could,
cool.
but
I
you need
wish
to get
we
your
could
hair
get
cut.
I wish we could get the beers in right now, guys. JJ could grill us a sandwich. Ooh.
Sounds amazing. I got a big pool and we got a grill. It's perfect.
Oh,
Oh.
JJ. If I ever
cheers,
come to
JJ.
Arizona,
That's fun.
see, I'm coming over.
When you come to
I
West
just
Coast,
lost
you guys have
her.
to hit me up.
I'll hit
She's
you
gonna
up,
come
man.
to
I'll hit you
We're
up.
hit. Apparently, we've got to hit him up. I don't know what it means, but I'm hitting you up.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, man. We got to check him, man. Call him. That's what hit it up
Oh,
means.
check him. He means
Check
call.
him.
Oh,
We gotta
hit
check
you
him,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him up, man.
Hit him up, baby.
Listen, this Essex girl over here, you know, she's got a long way to go when it comes to all the Americanisms, right, babe? We'll teach you. You stick with us, Amanda. She's frozen again. I love it when she freezes. Look, Casey, we can do anything we want right now.
Amanda! Yeah, look.
Amazing.
So,
We're good.
what, are we gonna?
Yeah, we're out.
We usually let her go out, don't we?
I know, but she's frozen now. So, JJ, we have this tradition at the end of every show where Amanda says something, but she's frozen in time, which sometimes is a good thing and sometimes it's not, to be honest with you. So I'm going to let Super Kevin Campbell, goal machine, Arsenal, Everton, goal machine.
Yes.
Casey,
Legend.
thank you so much as well for hanging out and saving the day today. JJ, you're amazing. You're an awesome
Amazing,
dude.
yes.
Can't wait to chat to you again. And we'll leave it, Casey, with...
Always Arsenal.
Always Arsenal, baby.
Always.